Hello, hello, hello. I'm Biker Gang, your main, the real Bill Real. The reason why I am doing this commentary today is to attempt to talk some sense into a senseless people. I saw the video of I believe the gentleman's name is Ian Sterling, who was shot and killed by the Louisiana police, I believe, which this is where this happened. Black people, those who are outraged, Hispanics, whoever's protesting this and wants to start the whole Trayvon crap again. You guys need to understand some basics, okay? Selling CDs, copyrighted material, whether it be a mix CD, whether it be an album, or what have you. 9 times out of 10, he was probably selling movies too. This is illegal. Okay? So when the police are called because of illegal activity, I don't care what you're saying. You can say, oh, well, they got rapists, they got people breaking into houses. You can say that all you want. You can talk about what's a big crime, what's a small crime, all you want. But if someone called and said this gentleman is doing something illegal in broad daylight or out in the open, okay? If you're selling anything that is against the law, expect the cops to show up. Expect it. This is what happens in a civilized society. The second thing about this, if you're selling CDs outside of a store, when you see the police pull up, the first thing you need to realize is that your job, talking about the gentleman that was shot and killed, your job is to be as courteous and respectful as possible, okay? Because you are dealing with someone who has the ability to take your life. The police show up with guns on their holster, okay? In the Apocrypha, it says, be careful of a man who has the ability to take your life, okay? So, when the police show up, and they don't have the Recording Industry Association of America with them, they're not coming to arrest you. They are only coming because they are responding to the call that was made. Maybe some of the people that were your customers were being loud. Maybe the store where you're selling CDs in front of, maybe their customers are being harassed. Okay? Maybe this is, what's going on. So when you see those police officers show up, your job is to greet them, to show them whatever paperwork you have that proves that you have a right to be there selling your CDs. He could have been selling his CDs that he made himself. This is a possibility. There are some guys that have done that. There are some guys that have created their whole entire career from selling CDs from the trunk of their car. Anybody ever hear of Master P? That's how he started, okay? So what was supposed to happen was when the police showed up, he was supposed to show respect. Hey, you know what? I have a right to be here, or I don't have a right to be here. Here's my paperwork. Here's my license registration. If you want me to move, no problem. Okay? If you're a CD guy, people will follow you to wherever you are. Okay? Especially if you were smart enough to give them your card. Okay? They're calling you to find out where you are. The next part of this video, or well, from the beginning, you hear them, confront the guy. They're telling him to get on the ground. Okay, they're giving him instructions. The second part of it happens rather quickly, where you see one of the police officers run and tackle the gentleman, okay, onto the hood of what was maybe the guy's car. Now, there is no need to tackle anyone if the person who the police were responding to had simply done what he was supposed to do, which was obey the orders of the police officers. Hey, get on the ground, dude. Get on the ground. All right, hey, you want me to get on the ground? All right, I get on the ground. You want me to show whatever wherever you want my hands to be, I'm going to put my hands wherever they need to be. Let me get down. Let me do what I need to do. This gentleman wasn't doing that. Okay? So all of you want to boo-hoo and want to say, oh, police are racist and they're just trigger happy. Okay? If a police officer shows up at a scene and you have someone who is refusing to follow your orders, the police officer has the right to make you follow his orders. This is what black folks don't understand. This is what reprobates don't understand. They don't get that. They think they have a right to be disobedient when the police is in your face and they have a gun that they can pull out and shoot you with. Only a fool would not do what someone who has the ability to take your life tells you to do. If somebody came into a bank and they were holding the bank up and they had the gun in front of your face and they say, get on the ground right now, you're not going to stand there and freaking not get on the ground. You're not going to look him in the face and be like, no, I'm not going to stand on the ground. What's going to happen? That freaking bank robber is going to put a cap in your butt and you're going to be dead. But for some reason, black folks, because that's the majority of the people who are protesting this, black folks think that when the police show up, they have a right to disobey. That's stupid. It's stupid. The Bible says those who stray from common sense find themselves in the company of the dead. I'm paraphrasing, but this is what it says. So when you don't use common sense and do what you're told, you deserve to die. You deserve what happens to you. So, he goes to the ground. One of the officers is telling the other officer he has a gun. So when you are in close proximity to the perp and you are wrestling with them to gain control of them, are you going to wait until that perp gets his gun and points it at you to possibly take your life? Or are you going to do the only thing that you can do, which is defuse the situation? A chokehold is not going to help if a guy has a gun in his waistband. Tasing him is not going to help if this guy is able to reach his waist or wherever he has the gun. He may have the gun in his pocket. That's not going to really help you that quick. If you're already up on him, you have one option. Take him out before he takes you out. Period. There was a situation that happened in Tampa about 5 years ago. There was a guy by the name of Dante Morris. The police officers, TPD, pulled him over, pulled his girlfriend over, and asked him to get out of the car. When he got out of the car, he spent around pulled out the officer's gun from its holster, I believe, shot him in the head, shot the other officer in the head, jumped in a car and drove off. So what happens in these situations is that most black people believe that the perpetrator has the right to kill the police. The perpetrator has the right to be doing something illegal in front of someone's store. They believe they don't have to obey. And they believe that when the police do what the only thing they can do to save their lives, oh, you're wrong. Why did you do that? That wasn't that serious. Huh? It's pure stupidity on the part of the people who want to constantly say, oh, we're being victimized. We're being victimized. Once again, this is what you get when you have people who don't have discipline, who are not raised properly, who don't have their fathers to teach them, hey, you know what? If a police officer approaches you, man, just go ahead and cooperate. Go ahead and do what they ask you to do. And whatever you do, don't be caught in the wrong. If you're in the wrong doing something illegal in front of a store and a police officer approaches you, common sense says, hey, you know what? Let me be on my best behavior. Let me be on my best behavior. And let me just get away with the warning. Hey, you know, he tells me, hey, beat it, scram. You can't sell CDs in front of this store. Police officers will pass you all day long selling CDs. They don't care. They have other things to do. They will pass you all day long. They don't care about that. But when you refuse to do what they tell you to do, now that's what they care about. When they can see you reaching for something, when they have a reasonable doubt to believe that you have something on your person that could end their life, they have one option: shoot you. Get your black ass up out of there, because you have shown you have no respect. There's no honor there. Nobody ever taught you in your life, hey, you know what? Respect the police. And if you're wrong, respect them twice as much. Be on your best behavior. So I don't feel sorry for people who are trying to beat this same drum again. No justice, no peace. No, you idiot. Obey. Stop being freaking lawless. Have honor. Respect authority. Do right or you're going to get weeded out. You can dislike that. You can hate that all you want, black folks. But these white folks will kill your ass. Okay? And rightfully so. If you give them justification, probable cause, what do you expect them to do? Beg and plead with you? Huh? Nobody's going to beg and plead with you. They're going to cap your black ass. They're going to get you up out of there. You're going to be an example. You're going to be a statistic. Mothers, fathers, teach your children. Discipline your children. Read the Bible to your children. Your children and your young men are getting killed because you're not teaching them anything. That's all I got for today, man. Peace.